Welcome to my channel. I really appreciate every single one of you that has subscribed to my channel. I'm thankful for everyone that's liked my videos, that has commented on them, and that has shared them. I'm still amazed by the number of people that want to hear what I have to say. And I just can't thank you enough. I can't explain how thankful I am that all these people are wanting to hear what I have to say. I want to make a quick note. I made a video earlier today reacting to a video by Dax and Darius Rucker. And as with the last one, it got blocked for copyright violation. I disputed the last one. I disputed this one. The last one was made public 2 days after I published it. And I assume that will be the same for this one. So you can look for that in a couple of days. I apologize, but there's nothing I can do about it. I don't understand why they're getting blocked, because there's other people reacting to the exact same video and their videos are public. So I don't know if YouTube just is enforcing copyright violations haphazardly, or there's something that I'm doing that's getting them to catch me every time. I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm stuck. I can't do anything about it except dispute it and then hope that they'll make the video public. I got on this evening because I wanted to talk about the game between Colorado and UCLA. Normally I would show highlights for a game, but there aren't very many highlights in this game at all. I have to say I don't really understand what's going on at Colorado. The offensive line is horrible, absolutely horrible. I watched numerous times when defensive players went past the line of scrimmage unblocked straight into the quarterback. Shedeur got beat up. I mean, absolutely beat up tonight. It was unbelievable. Frankly, if I was Dion, I would have taken him out of the game, put one of the backups in, and let him get beat up, because at least then Shedeur would be better. But I know some people would say that that's giving up, that that's throwing in the towel. But I mean, how much more abuse can this guy take before he just collapses under the weight of it? What I can't understand is how these guys can just have a defensive player go straight past them untouched. I don't get it. Do they not see them? Are they not being coached correctly? I don't know enough about football to answer that question. Maybe somebody who does can answer it in the comments. But to me, it's a disaster. It's really a disaster. And with the upcoming teams that they're playing, I don't see them having any chance of winning another game. I really don't. Their offensive line has to improve. I mean, it can't get any worse. So there's only one way they can go, and that's up. But man, they were terrible in this game. Absolutely terrible. And Shedeur will be in the ice bath for 2 days, I reckon. I doubt he'll even practice next week, because he's got to be absolutely beat up. I mean, bruised from head to toe. This was a horrible game. Despite that, he managed to throw for a decent amount of yardage. He even threw a touchdown towards the end of the game. They're just, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know. Are the coaches that bad? Are the players that bad? Is it a combination of both? I don't get it. I mean, sometimes they show flashes of brilliance, but other times they just look absolutely pathetic. And tonight, they looked absolutely pathetic. The defense played well. They played really well, and they kept the game close until the end, when they were getting worn down because they'd been on the field so much. But even then, they played their hearts out, and they played well. But the offense was absolutely horrible, 100% horrible. I don't know where they go from here. I don't think they can fix the problems this season. I really don't. And every team that game plans for them has got to look at those tapes and say, we are going to feast on these guys, because they cannot block. They don't block. They just let guys go straight to the quarterback, and the quarterback is running for his life. And even then, he manages to make passes, which is amazing to me. He's so incredibly calm and cool and collected in the pocket, what you maybe call a pocket, or even no pocket, when he's being rushed like crazy, that it's amazing that he can complete the passes that he does. If they get a decent offensive line next year, they're going to be an unbelievable offense. They're going to be a terrifying offense for their opponents. Because if they can protect Shedeur, he's going to tear up the other team. He is that good. But the offensive line right now is that bad. They're the worst. They're absolutely the worst. I don't know if they were the worst in college football, but they got to be the worst when it comes to sacks and hurries and knockdowns and all of that, because there can't be another team in the NCAA that is this lousy on offense on the line. There just can't be. I said, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, that Colorado would go 4-8. I'm sticking by that. I don't think they can win another game. I really don't. I don't see how, unless they just get lucky and some team comes in and doesn't play well against them. But, I mean, the defensive lines, when they look at tape, they just got to be salivating, thinking, man, I'm going to run up my stats on this team, because they can't block, period. They just cannot block. But the Colorado offensive plan has got to change. They've got to run the ball more. They had only run for 7 yards by the third quarter. 7 yards of rushing. That's horrendous. And I'm sure when I look at the stats, which I'll do later, that they will have had no more than 25% of their plays were running plays. No more than 25%. And they ran several times towards the end of the game because they knew they had to help Shedeur survive. But I know if you're a Colorado fan, this has got to be disappointing, but I got to tell you, I don't see any way forward for them. I don't see how they're going to win another game. They're playing tough competition now. Every single game is tough competition. And they're going to be, they got to do something. I don't know what they can do at this point. I mean, if they can't figure it out by now, I don't think they'll ever figure it out. So I know that some people had hopes that Colorado might go to a bowl game. I don't see that happening. I think they finished the season 4-8. And there's going to be a lot of criticism of Dion. They're going to say that he's not as good as they thought he would be, which I think is wrong, because he's won 4 games. At one point in the season, they were 3-0, and everybody thought they would be 0-3. So he's overachieved dramatically from what they were expected to do. But the deficiencies in the line and play they've caught up with them. And everybody's got plenty of game tape on them now. And when they watch this team on the film, they probably can't wait to play them, because they know it's going to be easy. So sad as that is, that's the reality of Colorado now. As always, I pray that you will be abundant, that you will live a long life, that you will be healthy, and that God will keep you safe. And I pray that He will do the same for every person that you love. And I pray that you will be anxious for nothing, but in all things, through prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, you will let your requests be made known to God. And the peace that passes all understanding will keep your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. This is the Vietnam Era Vet out.